Hey everybody, Bob Paskins. Let's get ready for another 2-minute motivational drill. Today, I would love to talk about the use of story when it comes to standing up and speaking, as well as working with your sales presentations or building a team. Today I had the privilege of going to my middle son Nate's school to kind of do a Who is Nate? Now, the reason that I was able to do it was kind of a couple. First of all, Nate can't speak, and it's very hard to do this presentation when you can't speak. So we need someone to speak for him, and I had the honor and privilege to do that. Second of all, because Nate has Down syndrome and autism and has special needs, this opens a lot of areas for questions, especially among his fellow second graders who are aged roughly 8 years old. So I really cherish this time. Now, the best way I have found to explain Nate and his unique set of circumstances with Down syndrome to kids is to compare him to a chocolate chip cookie. What I mean by that is this. When I sit down and I talk to the kids, I ask them how many of them either know how to make chocolate chip cookies or do make chocolate chip cookies. And practically all of them raise their hand and you get some sort of kind of a gleeful response, which is great. And I explained and would ask them further, what ingredients go into a chocolate chip cookies? So someone would say flour or eggs or of course chocolate chips. And that's great. And we take all of that, we put it together in the recipe, put it in the oven, boom, here comes out your wonderful chocolate chip cookies. Well, with Nate's scenario, my analogy states that his chromosomes are like the ingredients that go into chocolate chip cookies. The difference with Nate is, because of his Down syndrome, he has 3 21st chromosomes. So the way I would explain it is very similar to your chocolate chip cookies. As you are baking, what happens is you accidentally put in an extra cup of flour into the cookies. It's the exact same ingredients. You're following the recipe. You cook them for the same amount of time, but when they come out of the oven, they're a little bit doughier. They taste basically the same, but they look slightly different. And that's how I would explain what Nate and his Down syndrome is. That he has all the same parts as all of the other kids in his second grade class, but because of his extra chromosome, it's like adding an extra cup of flour into his chocolate chip cookies. Now, it's amazing how that resonates with kids. And I've actually found it doesn't just resonate with kids, it resonates with adults too. Because they're able to grasp the idea of what a story is, instead of for me to go into the science of what is actually different with Nate and going on the chalkboard and trying to diagram that whole thing out. To me, that works into the power of telling stories. Now, it's been done and studies have been taken that quality or these top line speakers, the Tony Robbins, the John Maxwells, the Zig Ziglars, all of these great speakers basically go by a same format when they deliver keynote addresses. The interesting thing is they break this down by percentage of what they do. So 50% of their keynote speech is on personal stories. Another 12% is on hypothetical stories. 10% would be slides or other type of relatable stories, and 13% would typically be for exercises that you would do at the table. Now, when you add up those 4 numbers, you discover that 85% of what they are doing as they are teaching is not actually content driven. Conversely, only 15% of what they are saying is content. The message there, I think, is fairly simple. In order to capture the audience's attention and to bring home the point, they use all sorts of personal or hypothetical stories and situations. So here's the drill. When you are out, when you're making your presentations, when you're continuing to build a team, when you're looking to motivate others, when you are talking to others about what you are looking to do in your life or with your product, use personal examples. Use personal stories. In fact, use that for a majority of your time with them. I think that you will find that it will capture your audience. And it is the most effective and valuable tool for getting your message across. So this is Bob Paskins with the 2-minute motivational drill, encouraging you to be engaged, to let your light shine, and to be a champ. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.